What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode.
Welcome back to another one, guys. We're talking about some movie news here, some Marvel news, some Marvel gossip. Okay, about Captain Marvel. Everybody's waiting for the first trailer, but we got the first images of the movie. First pictures of the movie, but they say a lot. These pictures is like 9 pictures. They have a lot of information. But even before these pictures came out, the president of Marvel, he dropped some little hints about what this movie might be like. And Kevin Feige, he said something very interesting, that this movie in a lot of ways is going to be inspired by Terminator 2, which came out in the 90s. So it's going to be inspired by 90s action movies, specifically Terminator 2. And if you guys know me, Terminator 2, one of my favorite movies of all time, directed by James Cameron. The action is intense. The chase scenes are no joke. And he said that, and Kevin Feige, he said that some of the action is going to have that feel. Because in Terminator 2, the chase scenes were insane. So it's very interesting that this movie is going to take a lot from that movie, Terminator 2, because even though he said that a lot of the movie takes place in space, you know,
how is that going to be like?
Towards the end of the movie, I guess it comes back down to Earth.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure.
And the action is very grounded, and it's going to be like a lot of practical effects, where, you know, like real stunts.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see that. And I'm very interested because if you know about Captain Marvel, she could fly.
You know, that's the thing. Like, I don't know a lot about her, and she looks really tough, and I can't wait to see her in this movie. So I'm excited about that.
You're excited about that?
Yeah.
She looks tough. She looks cool.
So she can fly?
She could fly. She could throw like laser beams.
Wow.
And she has super strength.
So she's like stronger than Captain America.
In some ways, she's more powerful than Captain America. Captain America can't fly.
Right.
He doesn't shoot any like lasers or anything like that.
She has more like stuff with her to do.
She has a lot more ability. She's one of the strongest of the Marvel characters. Okay? And I think she's going to play a big role in Avengers Infinity Wars Part 2.
Yeah. How come that hasn't happened?
Because remember, at the end, in the end credits, there was that beeper that Samuel Jackson, that Nick Fury dropped with her logo, and that's her logo right there. Okay? And it's very important, like, detail to notice that it was a beeper.
It was a beeper.
Not a cell phone, a beeper from the 90s.
From the 90s.
Like a throwback. Okay? So there's a lot of questions to be answered. Where has she been this whole time? How come nobody in the Marvel universe ever talks about her? You know, like what's going on with her character that she's not talked about until now? So
my guess is this movie, Captain Marvel, is going to come out before Avengers. So that way we can get a background on her.
Exactly.
And then we can connect her with Avengers, right?
With Avengers.
So
we get her backstory, and then the Avengers Part 2, Infinity Wars comes out.
It's like a puzzle.
And then she becomes a big part of this movie. Okay?
It's
like a puzzle. I like what you're doing, Marvel. I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
So let's go through these pictures, okay? And this first one, they're saying that, they're explaining that this movie is going to be a little bit different in that it's not an origin story exactly, because the movie already starts out with her having powers. So we're really not going to get her full backstory right away.
Right, how she got her powers.
Exactly. So in this one, she's looking tough. She looks like she's in the desert.
Yes.
She looks like she just landed from flying somewhere. She's got the costume. And let me tell you, I like the costume. It looks a lot like the comic books.
Really good.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Captain America, too.
I know.
So let's go to the next one. In this next one, this one is very telling. Okay? Because over here, she looks like she's leading this team. And
she has a different outfit.
She has a green outfit because she's in the planet of the Kree. Okay? And the Kree is this other race, this alien planet, and they're all very military. Okay? And the Kree, they have different versions of the Kree. The ones that have blue faces, they're the more powerful ones. They're the strongest ones. And they've always been in this battle against the Skrulls. The Skrulls are this other alien planet, and they've always had this battle. The advantage that the Skrulls have is that they can shapeshift.
Oh, God. That's dangerous.
That's very dangerous, okay?
Yeah.
So in this picture right here, you also see Ronan, and you see Jude Law's character, who plays a commander in the corner there. And I guess at that point, Ronan, I don't know if he's turned into a bad guy yet. Because remember, in Guardians of the Galaxy, he was a bad guy.
Right.
In the first one. So here, he's probably still not a bad guy. He probably hasn't turned to work with Thanos yet. Okay. So that's interesting that she's already part of that military group, and she looks like she's in charge.
Yeah.
And if you look at this guy on the side, he was also in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. He was like in one of the very first scenes. I forgot his character's name. So I love how they're connecting her with the whole world of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and also with Thor, in a sense, because Thor went through his own space adventures in Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And the next one here, she's with Jude Law. And it's kind of cool to see him in a Marvel movie, Jude Law. I haven't seen him in a movie in a long time. And in this one, he's kind of like a space captain, and he's come to realize that she's very special because she has a lot of powers. Interesting, right? I can't wait to see her powers on the big screen.
Yeah,
what she's able to do.
These pictures don't do, like, I guess, justice of what is going to happen in the first trailer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and over here, we got our first look at the bad guys, the Skrulls.
Okay, they look like Game of Thrones ice people.
Yeah, they do. They kind of do. And
they're also coming out of the ocean. They're coming out of the ocean. The outfit and the ears.
Yep. Like I don't know. Like they just landed in the ocean or something like that.
They're ugly.
So they're very dangerous. It looks like something you would see in Star Trek too, for some reason.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like they look like Star Trek characters, but they look mean. They look tough, and like I said, they have the advantage that they can shape shift. Almost like Mystique from the X-Men.
Yes.
And that's a very powerful weapon to use. You know, you could just turn into anybody.
Yeah.
And in this picture right here, one of the Skrulls turned into an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Wow.
So they've infiltrated the whole Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, you know, who knows what they could be doing.
Yeah.
They could pose a serious threat. Okay?
Wow.
And over here, one of our last pictures, you got Ronan and you got Jude Law. And who knows what's going on here. I'm very curious to know the role of Ronan in this movie. Yeah, now that I'm seeing the pictures, I'm like, this movie's going to have a lot going on. It's not just going to be about Captain Marvel. It's also going to be around, you know, this whole world around it.
Right, but I hope that they do, you know, that it's all about, like not all about her, but like all about, that shows really how strong she is in her character, you know?
Right. No, I agree. But I do love the fact that it's just not about her powers. But it's also around everything, her connection, everything that's going on that eventually is going to lead up to Avengers Infinity War. Sure. You know, because they just show Ronan, and Ronan used to work with Thanos. You remember, Thanos was Ronan's boss. You know, so it's all connected, and I love that. And in this last picture here, one of the last pictures, you could tell she's dressed like the 90s. She kind of reminds me, she's dressed a lot like one of the characters in Terminator 2, Sarah Connors.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, outfit looks familiar.
Outfit looks familiar, so definitely a 90s look. So it looks over here like she's back on Earth, and I think the movie starts with her in space, already part of this military group. So it's not like she starts on Earth and then goes to space. I think it starts in space and then she comes back. Yeah, she comes back to Earth. And then right here, Samuel Jackson, one of the last ones. I don't know how they did that. He looks so young in this picture.
That's crazy.
Incredible, right?
Incredible.
Movie magic right there.
Looks like
he looks
30,
younger.
40 years younger.
He really does. Incredible. So that's
I'm calling him old,
a young Nick Fury. And he's not missing an eye. You notice that, right?
That's
he usually has the patch. And he still has a little bit of hair, too.
Yeah.
And then another one, she used to be a pilot. So I think that's how it all got started for her. In the comic books, she gets into some kind of space accident.
But I wonder where they're going to show this part.
Maybe a flashback. Maybe a flashback as to how she got her powers.
I feel like all these Marvel characters, like they get the strengths and depends of how strong you are before you are, you know, a superhero, like how strong you are. Like if you're a weak character, you're not going to get so strong. But if you're a strong character as a human, and you get the extra superpowers, and you're like super strong.
Well, she's always been known for her leadership qualities in the comic books. So she was always, like you said, a strong person even before her powers.
Okay.
So very interesting. And I think that's pretty much, and that's the cover right there.
Awesome.
Captain Marvel, she's looking tough, as you can see. She's got the fiery hands, almost like Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Ready to punch somebody, and she's looking tough. So, with all that information, what do you think about this so far, Linda?
I'm very hype about it.
You're hype?
I really, because you know what it is, not just to like make it sound like I'm all about just woman strong character, but it is good to create a woman strong character, like Superwoman,
like Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Like she was amazing, So, and of course that was DC.
That was a great movie.
That was a great movie. But now Marvel is coming out with their own Captain Marvel, so I'm excited. I can't wait.
I can't wait for that first trailer. I'm getting pumped for this. At first, I wasn't too sure about what this movie was going to be like, but now that the pictures came out, I'm feeling a little bit better, and I think this movie is going to be a big hit. I think it's going to be a big hit. I mean, it's Marvel. They never strike out.
I hope this movie comes out like soon.
I know. Or the trailer. Come on, Marvel, drop that trailer. Let's drop that trailer already. We want to see the action. We want to see this character in action. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this movie so far? All the information that's coming out. Leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.
What do you think? You agree with us, our opinion? Tell us maybe you know something that we don't know.
Yeah.
So,
do you have some inside scoop that we don't know?
Well, he knows a lot. I don't know
I'm trying. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Bye, guys.